Indian polity. The Regulating Act of 1773. The Regulating Act of 1773 was an important piece of legislation passed by the Parliament of Great Britain to regulate the affairs of the British East India Company (BEEC) in India. The act was primarily aimed at addressing the issues of corruption, mismanagement, and political instability that had plagued the company's operations in India. Here are the key provisions and impacts of the Regulating Act of 1773. Establishment of a Governor General. The Act created the office of the Governor General of Bengal and placed him in charge of the company's affairs in India. The first Governor General appointed under this Act was Warren Hastings. Dual government. The Act established a dual system of government in Bengal. It divided the powers of the Governor General into two parts, commercial and political. The Governor General was given control over commercial matters, while a newly created Supreme Council of Bengal, consisting of 4 members, including the Governor General, was responsible for political and administrative decisions. Appointment and control of officials. The Act introduced regulations for the appointment and conduct of company officials in India. It required the company to maintain detailed records of its servants, including their salaries and allowances. The Act also aimed to reduce corruption by limiting the private trade of company officials and making them accountable for their actions. Creation of a Court of Directors. The Act established a Court of Directors in London to oversee and monitor the company's activities in India. The court was given the power to supervise and control the actions of the Governor General and the Supreme Council. Expansion of British control. The Act granted the British government greater control over the affairs of the BEEC. It required the company to submit regular reports and documents to the British government, allowing for better oversight and regulation of its operations. Judicial reforms. The Act introduced judicial reforms in Bengal by establishing a Supreme Court in Calcutta. The court had jurisdiction over both Europeans and Indians and aimed to provide fair and impartial justice. However, the Supreme Court faced numerous challenges in implementing its authority and had limited success. Overall, the Regulating Act of 1773 was a significant step towards the British government's increased involvement in the governance and administration of India. It laid the foundation for subsequent acts and reforms that further consolidated British control over the Indian subcontinent. Thank you.